Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be showing you how to do the moon Easter egg on Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 3. Quick little side note, if you do plan to do this in Black Ops 1, you will have to first complete the Shangri-La Easter egg and the Call of the Dead co-op Easter egg. The reason this is required is because you will have to get the focusing stone and the Vril device, of which you can get both of those for doing those two Easter eggs in Black Ops 1. In Black Ops 3, it's not required because if you're playing as Richtofen, you will automatically spawn in with the Vril device, which is needed for this Easter egg. When you're playing solo on Black Ops 3, you will always spawn as Richtofen. If you are playing co-op, but you only have 2 or 3 people, you need to make sure that one of you is Richtofen. With that out of the way, let's jump right into step 1. The first step is going to require you to turn on power, but before you actually turn on power, I recommend that when you spawn in to Area 51, you get about 4,000 points so that way you can open up all the doors and actually turn on power on round 1. You don't really have to do this if you don't want to, but the reason you should is because you need Excavator Pi to open up Tunnel 6 at a specific point in the Easter egg, and the earlier you turn on power, the earlier that can happen, because Excavator Pi sometimes can take multiple rounds before it can actually come down. I'm gonna explain the excavator step more in depth when we get to it inside of the guide. Now that you have power turned on, step number 2 is gonna take you back to the spawn room, and just outside of the left side of spawn, you're gonna see these 4 computers, and you're gonna need to play Samantha Says, which is like Simon Says. In this order, the lights are gonna flash from left to right: red, green, blue, yellow. Go ahead and interact with any one of the computers to start the game of Samantha Says. When you first interact with the computer, it's going to display a sequence that shows you which color corresponds to which computer. When it shows you the first color, you're just going to go back up and click on that color. In my gameplay here, it gave me green, so I selected green. Then it will give you a second color. In my game, it gave me green twice, so then I went and pressed green, green. Then it will give you a third combination, a fourth combination, a fifth combination, and a sixth combination that you will have to go back each time and select the corresponding colors in that order. If you fail, don't worry, it will just restart itself all the way back to 1. And sometimes the colors can stay the same, but if you fail too many times, the colors can change. Once you have completed it, the screen should all flash green a couple of times to signify that you have completed that step. Step number 3 of the Easter egg is going to require you to find the hacker device, and the hacker device can spawn in one of 6 different locations. All of the locations are going to be in the laboratories, but are as follows. When you first come in from power to the left of the door, just before you go up the stairs on the left on this bookshelf, after going up the stairs on the right on top of this box connected to the wall, just before going up the next set of stairs on this blue railing right here, on the final level of the labs on the right side of Deadshot Daiquiri, and then just to the left of the door going towards Biodome. Once you've picked up the hacker, come over to this wall in the middle section of the labs, and you will hack one of these buttons on the wall. There's going to be 4, it doesn't matter which one you hack, but it will cost 500 points, so be sure you have enough money to do it. Once you've hacked the button, there's going to be 4 control panels that will start glowing green. There's going to be 8 total, but only 4 of them will glow green, and you just need to go and hack all of them. But be careful because this is on a timer, and you need to do it as fast as possible. All 8 locations for the control panels are going to be also inside of the labs, but here they are. Coming up from power just to the left of the door, to the right and behind you on this table, to the left of that on this wall, after coming up the stairs on the wall to the right, just in front of this workbench tucked away in the corner before going up the stairs, attached to the doorway going towards Mule Kick, to the right of that on this singular pillar standing by itself, and then to the right of that on this wall right here. Once you've hacked all 4 of the control panels, make your way back over to the 4 buttons on the wall in the middle section of the labs. Without the hacker being out, press on all 4 of them as fast as you can in a row. After doing so, they should all light up, and then the base AI will speak to you, the same lady as inside of your PES system. Before we can move on to step number 4, you will need to get the wavegun and the Gersh devices out of the mystery box. After you've gotten the Gersh devices out of the box, make your way over to the teleporter pad that would bring you back to Area 51, and that's just going to be on the right side of Mule Kick over in this direction. Once you've teleported back to Area 51, make your way to the right side of the perk location and look in this direction right here. You're just going to need to throw a grenade or use an explosive weapon on these crates back here to get these panels to drop onto the floor. Once you've gotten the panels to drop onto the floor, just throw a Gersh device at them to have them be sucked up and drop over onto the teleporter pad that would bring you back to spawn. Now just go ahead and teleport back with them, and then the panels will be on the left side of Quick Revive. Now you need to hit the box to get the QEDs. After getting the QEDs, you just need to throw one at the panels to get them to teleport to the other side of the spawn room next to this computer right here. Now you need to find a wire to connect the computer to the panels, and it will spawn in one of 8 different locations inside of the laboratories. Just to the left of the door coming from power in between these 2 chairs. On the middle floor of the labs in between this barrier and one of those buttons from earlier. Leaning up against the workbench going towards the 3rd floor. Laying on the floor at the top of the stairs just before going through the door for the 3rd floor. Immediately after going through the door, just sitting on the table on the right side. On the floor sitting to the right of Deadshot Daiquiri. To the left of the door leading to Biodome. And finally heading towards the teleporter pad just outside in front of this barrel. After grabbing the wire, make your way back over to spawn and connect it. This is going to be where Richtofen comes into play. So if you're playing in co-op, make sure that whoever is playing Richtofen completes this next step. If you're playing in solo, you should already be playing as him anyway. Get him to place the golden rod in the middle of those 2 panels from earlier and continuously interact with the computer. Over the course of the next minute or so, you should be hearing dialogue between Richtofen and Maxis. Keep in mind while doing this step, you will need to be continuously interacting with the computer until the computer light turns green and stays green. Once it stays green, the golden rod to the right side should be glowing white. Just go ahead and pick it up. And once you've done that, we can move on to step number 5. For this next step, Excavator Pi will have needed to breach Tunnel 6. If Excavator Pi has not yet breached Tunnel 6 in your game, then keep flipping rounds until it finally does breach Tunnel 6. If you can't get Excavator Pi to come down and breach Tunnel 6, then I recommend you let other excavators come down to breach their tunnels. So the one going to Tunnel 11 and the one going to Biodome. Because if those ones are already down when it's time for another excavator to be chosen, Excavator Pi is way more likely to be chosen. Once Excavator Pi has breached Tunnel 6, go grab the hacker and then make your way back to spawn and hack the control panel that corresponds with that tunnel. You need to make your way back into Tunnel 6, and at the door just before going to power, you will see a floating ball on the ground. Shoot the ball with a regular weapon or knife it and start following it around the tunnel. At certain points throughout the tunnel and even after the tunnel, the ball will get stuck in certain areas, and you just need to go ahead and shoot it again to get it unstuck. Once you've gotten it unstuck, you will also need to open doors for it, and this can happen multiple times. Once you've gotten the ball outside, it will fly up into the air and get stuck on this satellite dish, and this is where you need the wave gun. Just shoot the satellite with the wave gun and it will get unstuck and go to the other side of spawn towards Tunnel 11. Go ahead and open the doors for it and continue to follow it and get it unstuck when it does get stuck, and this will keep happening all the way up until it reaches the MPD. Once it reaches the MPD, it should get stuck inside of the hole right at the front of it. At this point, you're done following the ball around and a tube should stick up out of the right side of the MPD. Go ahead and kill 25 zombies next to the tube, and once you've done that, the tube should be completely blue from top to bottom. Flip this switch on the wall right here. It kind of looks like a second power switch, and at this point you should get an achievement as well as a 90-second death machine. Samantha will also exit the MPD and be floating in the air. Now that same tube that you just filled up will rise again along with 3 other tubes on each corner of the MPD, and you're just going to need to fill each one with another 25 zombie souls each. After you've filled up each tube with 25 souls for a total of 100, Richtofen needs to go place the golden rod in the middle of the MPD. At this point, he will switch souls with Samantha Maxis, and then the ball above the golden rod will start sparking. Go ahead and throw a QED at it, and the ball will disappear, teleporting to the right side of the 4 computers for Samantha Says. Now you need to go ahead and get Gersh devices back out of the box, and once you've done that, make your way back over to those 4 computers for another game of Samantha Says, except this time you're going to need to do it 3 times, so there's going to be 3 total games. The first game is going to be 6 colors, the second game is going to be 7 colors, and the third game is going to be 8 colors. Now throw a Gersh device at the ball sitting on the floor just to the right of the computers. and you will have completed this Easter egg. In Black Ops 1, you will receive an achievement for completing the full Easter egg, so in total you would get 2, but on Black Ops 3, you only get the 1 achievement, you don't get the second one. Now you can go ahead and watch the in-game cutscene as Transit, the worst map ever made, is being created. As a cool little side Easter egg, I thought I'd throw at the end of my Easter egg guide some Nuketown gameplay, because Nuketown does take place at the exact same time as Moon. So at round 25 on Nuketown, the zombie's eye color will change from yellow to blue, signifying that Richtofen has now taken control. And with that, thank you guys for watching this Easter egg guide. If you did find it helpful, let me know down in the comments so that way I can work on more and know that you guys want to see more. For my next Easter egg guide, I will be showing you how to do Transit on Maxis's side, and I'll be doing that for all of my BO2 Easter eggs all the way up until the end, and then I will redo them for Richtofen's side so that way you guys can learn how to do that one if you really wanted to do it. Even though it's not canon, it still is cool that there are 2 different Easter eggs for each of the maps on BO2. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the Transit video.